That's right, Stone Antoinette. We're about 30 yards away from the site of the explosion. You can see just behind me, it is still a very active scene right here off of Old Country Road near Montauk Highway. About a dozen first responder and fire trucks on the scene, as well as 3 National Grid trucks, because Stone, as you mentioned, at this point officials do believe this was possibly caused by a gas leak. Now, Chopper 12 is live overhead. You can see there's a crane on the property. Not too long ago, it was combing through the debris and actually just knocked down the chimney on that property site. You can still smell gas in the air, but at this point it seems those flames are out. But again, a very different scene from earlier today around 2 o'clock when that call came in. You can see fire creating thick clouds of smoke that was billowing up into the sky. Now, we heard from the Southampton town supervisor, Anna Thornholst, who said 2 people were working on the property at the time of the explosion. They are not the residents. They were working at the home, believed to have been working in the basement, clearing debris, and there may have been a gas leak. Again, National Grid is on the scene right now trying to cut off the main gas line. Those 2 workers were severely hurt, suffered severe burns, and were actually airlifted to the hospital. And it turns out that the owner of the property had applied for a demolition permit, but that permit was not yet granted. They were actually under review for that permit, but it's believed the workers were clearing debris in anticipation for that demo permit to go through. Again, still a very active scene off of Old Country Road. Lots of fire officials here combing and scoping the scene, making sure everything is okay. And of course, we will be on the scene all throughout the evening, bringing you the latest updates. But that is the latest right now from Watermill. Alicia Laventure, News 12 Long Island. Stone Antoinette.
All right.
Stone Antoinette, at least 75 fire personnel from 2 different fire departments responded to this home explosion. You can see a fair number of them behind me still at the scene. Now a pile of rubble. National Grid is also on scene, believing the cause of this explosion to be a gas leak. The gas has now been turned off, and 2 workers at the home at the time of the explosion are now in the hospital fighting for their lives. Stone, Lee, this is the closest we've been able to get to this scene all night. You can see just over my shoulder there's still police tape, and right now the only people on scene, National Grid, because officials tell us they do believe a gas leak was behind this explosion. Now, we had the chance to talk to several neighbors who were home during the time, and one in particular explains in her own words what it was like to hear the house next door go boom.